Viewers of this channel call for an immediate resignation by Jovita Carranza, head of SBA, and at minimum, a congressional investigation and subpoena requests for documents relating to the EIDL grant and loan process. This is a bombshell update from LALATE late this Wednesday. Hope you're good and safe. As always, like and subscribe to this channel and drop your comments below, and we may feature them in tomorrow's recording. And please hit that bell when another EIDL loan video goes live on this channel. Earlier today, we revealed the shocking details of a congressional hearing by a Senate subcommittee on the SBA today, June 10th, 2020, in which the head of the SBA, Jovita Carranza, appeared before members of the Senate and was completely evasive and unresponsive to questions about EIDL grant and loans. We uploaded that video earlier today in advance of our normal EIDL loan video at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time and grant story, which is coming up later tonight. But the immediate reaction was that Carranza needs to go. And because of that, we're jumping in and recording yet a fourth video today, this one. If you agree with what you see in this video, I encourage you to send this video to your congressman, tweet it, share it on Facebook, and send it to your representatives. Send the link, because this is the most telling evidence of why the SBA has not complied and has turned into a fiasco. We count to date 10 major problems, at least, that warrant the immediate resignation of Jovita Carranza. And I'm going to go through each of them right from the start. The first is the Streamlined Application, and its details said that you were going to be paid within 3 days. When this channel launched on April 25th, 2020, when I was recording before a vacant beach in Hermosa Beach, I went over that Streamlined Application and I said, you know, there's a lot of things on this and nothing is happening. That was April 25th. And one of my repeated contentions was that the Streamlined Application said you were to be paid within 3 days. This is June, and you haven't been paid a penny, many of you. That is the first level of incompetency under her tenure, which started in January of this year. The second is, of course, the $10,000 grant. The CARES Act said that you are to be paid $10,000 if you, the applicant, request $10,000. It did not give SBA any authority whatsoever to pay you a different sum of money, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, whatever they wanted to do. In this case, in early April, whether you know or don't, and I'm going to reveal to you right now in another bombshell, a regional SBA office tweeted the then shocking policy that had leaked of $1,000 per employee was the new determination on how they were going to pay EIDL grants at that time. The tweet was deleted. The reason why it was deleted was because SBA didn't want people to be more cognizant of the number of employees that they were indicating on the SBA Streamlined Application. Today, members of Congress twice asked Jovita Carranza to explain where she came up with this calculation. Her response was she was worried that SBA funds would run out. Okay. The follow-up question, however, wasn't answered. That was, why didn't you come back to us and ask for more money? We would have given it to you so you could pay the $10,000. She had absolutely no response to it. In fact, her lack of response shows something worse by the head. She now says that all applications that have already been received to date, that date back to March, are going to be finalized next week. And guess what? She's opening the process up to new applications. So she fully admits that, one, she did not comply with the CARES Act. She fully admits that she did have enough funds to pay for the current applicants. And three, she fully admits that she digressed from the CARES Act, but is now opening the window to do new applications, again, under a policy that is not authorized and is completely illegal under the CARES Act. The fourth situation is that states were paid an equal amount of money. It was first leaked in a New York Times article at the time. I think it was in late May, and it became its topic of a video of this channel. Data revealed from SBA revealed that the vast majority of funds were paid to states that were impacted the least amount by COVID-19, like New Hampshire, Nebraska, and Vermont, but the states that needed the most money, like New York, had the least number of loans approved and the least amount per number of businesses impacted by COVID-19 paid. To date, SBA has not explained why that has happened. Fifth, the data. She simply has no grasp of her own data, which shows that she either has no idea what's going on in her office or she doesn't care. Today, before members of Congress, she said that the average EIDL loan is $86,000. Completely untrue. Her own documents released by SBA only weeks ago reveal that the average EIDL loan is $220,000. She also said today that there's an EIDL loan cap of $150,000. Also untrue. There's millions of loans that have been paid out in excess of $200,000. There's thousands of viewers on this channel who have received loans in excess of $100,000. Where is she saying $150,000? Where is this mythical number coming from? It shows her lack of understanding of how her own office is operating. Next, credit checks, which has really been a horrible situation. As you know, when you applied for an EIDL relief, you filled out one application. It was a streamlined application. You could argue that that warranted SBA to do one hard credit check. Now, they didn't have to do a hard credit check. What SBA has done is they have denied EIDL loans and grants in some cases, based upon the nature of the business. They have universally, categorically denied EIDL loans for applicants who are in the real estate industry. There are thousands and thousands of LALATE viewers who are real estate agents or real estate industry individuals or real estate businesses who are categorically denied with the same denial letter that says their type of business doesn't qualify. Why? But the point is that if SBA was going to adopt that policy, they didn't have to do hard credit pulls. In fact, their other category for denying loans is based upon credit score. Well, credit score does not require a hard credit pull either. And what makes that even more ridiculous is that SBA has never had a clear and convincing policy of what the credit score is to write the loans. Some applicants have received loans for 650 credit score. Some have been denied at 650 credit score. Some have been approved at 550 credit score. Some have been denied at 550 credit score. But what makes this worse is the following. In many regards, a lot of viewers of this channel have had upwards of 6 to 12 hard credit pulls by SBA in a matter of weeks on their own personal credit, causing their personal credit score, because of SBA's incompetence under Jovita Carranza, to fall upwards of 50 to 100 Experian credit points. Why can SBA, which is supposed to be a lending institution, not understand how to do a hard credit pull? Why are they doing more than one? They're doing 6 to 12 hard credit pulls, causing viewers of this channel to suffer incredibly bad credit scores. What makes this even crazier is that those applicants of this channel had good credit when this EIDL process started and had a great credit score, but because Carranza kept on doing hard credit pulls against them, their credit score kept on eroding and eroding and eroding, till that no one, including SBA, would ever lend to them. And now what they have gotten is no EIDL grant, no EIDL loan, but a really bad credit score because of Carranza. Next, changing policies. When you apply for an EIDL loan in April or March, you assume that you're going to be treated in the same and equal way as a person down the street from you, or a person in another state from you, or a person who applies a week later. Not in the case of Carranza. Today, she actually admitted what this channel has been reporting exclusively for months, since the date it launched on April 25th, that Carranza's office changes policies by the minute. They have actually written reviewers of this channel that, hey, this is today's policy. New today are actually how they write emails to viewers of this channel. That is also fair and unequitable, that viewers of this channel would be treated differently on different days. What's also inequitable is that viewers of this channel who have been called vortex viewers because they applied on March 30th or March 31st or April 8th, 3 bizarre respective days, had to wait from March all the way to sometimes to this day and have never heard back from SBA. They have never received a grant or loan response from SBA to this day. Yet they've called SBA hundreds of thousands of times, and they've been told, we'll get to you. But Carranza's position is, no, we will do things in chronological order. Again, incompetency. She's not doing things in chronological order. 2 weeks ago, she opened an agricultural portal to process agricultural loans when March 30th, March 31st, and April 8th viewers of this channel who applied on those respective dates haven't even seen the light of day of their applications. It's not that they haven't gotten funds within 3 days. They haven't gotten any response in 3 months. What is going on? Number 9. The lack of answers from Carranza's office are deeply troubling. There's one level of incompetency that is clearly permeating across the board under her tenure since being appointed in January. But her evasive and deliberate refusal to answer questions is a consistent element of hide and go seek, which shows something far worse. Earlier this month and last month, LALATE detailed a series of congressional letters that had been sent to Carranza's office and Kimberly Butler, who instigated the entire policy of $1,000 per employee, asking for them to explain and produce documents that substantiate and are related to the queries of the letter. Those letters were sent by leading congressional members from both the House and Senate. There are a lot of letters. None of those letters have been responded to. Today, she sat before members of Congress, members of the Senate, was asked to provide answers to questions. She did not. One senator was so irate, he said, I'm going to open a Department of Justice investigation of your office and subpoena your records, or basically along those, or request a congressional inquiry as to your records, because you're simply unresponsive to my questions. It's her deliberate refusal to answer very basic questions that shows there's something else far wrong. It's one thing to be incompetent and slow and inept and not able to get things processed and what they call computer glitches. But when people don't want to answer simple questions, it shows another level is at issue. She has to go. She has to go because she simply is not fessing up to what's going on. Finally, the most troubling thing perhaps was the following today. When asked about why people haven't gotten their money, why their applications haven't been processed, why they haven't gotten their $10,000 grant, why they applied in March and April and were represented that they would be paid within 3 days, this was an emergency relief program, her response was the following. She's hired a lot of executives to staff executive positions at SBA. That type of response is deeply troubling because those executives don't process the applications. Ultimately, loan officers do. Ultimately, Tier 2 officers do. Ultimately, call center people do. She didn't say she hired people to process loans. She had said she hired a general counsel. In fact, LALATE has detailed that Kimberly Butler, the person who instigated this horrific plan that has become the top of a scandal for weeks at end, is getting a 30% bonus on her federal salary this year, so that she's paid far above the average level of anyone at her tenure. Why are members of SBA getting bonuses of 30%? Why are more executives being hired? Why are people not being paid? Why is SBA not providing documentation to when requested? Why are they being unresponsive? Why are they freely admitting that they are changing policies about paying people by the hour? And why are they not paying people? It is that type of consistency that shows something far worse than just incompetency. Incompetency is a reason to get someone out of an office, but when it raises to the level that it currently is, it's clearly time that something else has to be done. If you agree with this today's video, please drop your comments below. Please share it with your senators. Please make sure that other people see this video, because this video is only a tipping point of what has happened. This channel launched on April 25th, and since that time, across 5 videos per day, every single day, and 2.1 million viewers, the consensus has been people have not been paid. They're from every state, they're from every type of business, they're from every type of large and small business, and they're not being paid. It's time for her to go. This is LALATE.